So you did get started in this brand of yours, but what
Hmm.
I am most curious about is what made you wanna exactly start this movement? When did that happen, and what was that like pivotal moment that made you say, "Okay, today's the day. I'm starting. I'm getting my first client. I'm making the logo, and I'm
Right.
launching my brand." So tell me more
Yes.
about this day one.
Of course. So this first started, I would say in the early 2023, when social media have kind of played the playing field of people having financial freedom per se, but using the internet to the advantage to make a stream of income online. So once I first discovered a way to do that, especially, I was working a 9 to 5, but I was like, there has to be another option or another opportunity to at least, live life on my own terms. And then when I started researching more about entrepreneurship and what it takes, and what systems does it take, or how do you build a foundation to be a successful entrepreneur, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, this is going to be my personality. And for me, I just saw other people doing it on TikTok and Instagram, and I was like, well, if I see other women and men doing it, I feel like I can do the same thing. And when I first got discovered, when it came to creating the logo, creating the who, what, why, and the mission, I compared my knowledge in the health and wellness industry and branding industry into Venora as a whole and building the foundation from there. And when you were talking about entrepreneurship and me being an entrepreneur, that can look different to everyone depending on what niche that you're in, if you're selling B2B or B2C. For myself, I just saw a lot of business owners, small to medium sized businesses, internationally and even domestically here in Canada and United States, where a lot of founders were coming to me, especially in the health and wellness industry, asking, how do I make myself credible and visible to investors, right? So they're looking for at least $1 to $4 million for an investment towards their brand, towards their company, or towards them being thought leaders. And I was like, this is the power, the superpower that I have created for myself, where they're reaching out to me on LinkedIn and Instagram asking, how do I, attract attention towards my company, my brand, so I can receive more, financial stability to take my company from here to, to all the way up there. And that's kind of just how it got started and developed. I started sharing my journey on LinkedIn and what I was going through from a personal note, and doing a lot of storytelling from my own experience, and that started attracting and opening up the doors for other founders to come to me and tell me about what they're struggling with it as well. Because as a millennial, of course, we grew up with like MySpace and Facebook, but we weren't consistently posting, on other social media platforms. But now that kind of seems to be a norm where people can find you and relating to your audience and relating the audience to your brand and what your brand is representing. And I feel like that's what kind of made Venora as a whole, and then me attaching my face and my story to the company kind of just built the foundation itself. And now we're here. And when founders are coming to me asking, like, I'm not a social media manager, but I have a way of taking a product, a brand, or a person and helping them navigate on what social media platform can they perform on the best, and how can they attract, I would say, the tenacity of the investors or VCs or people that want to help their actual brand get from point A to point B. And that's how it all just got started. So it was more of a self reflection of my own and sharing my story, and that attracted my clients to me as a consultant. And then helping them from the beginning to end just has been such a unique experience, because I feel like we all learn from each other, especially in this entrepreneurial landscape. And that's how I got started on this entrepreneurship journey. When I was younger, I never thought in a million years that I would be an entrepreneur. We were growing up, we were promised a certain, I would say, lifestyle, work a 9 to 5, buy a house, get married, have a family. But now, like, we necessarily don't have to do that. We have options, we have opportunities. The internet has been such a, has been such a connector with other people from all over the world, to do an energy exchange and to do business with. So I'm just grateful that I'm on this path. I've connected with people from all over the world that's helping me build my vision, and I'm helping them build theirs as well.